Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamey Daddy channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Avengers game. I'm going to be talking about the beta, release date, the nature of the beta, and a little bit about my excitement level. So first of all, this beta is going to be coming out in about, I don't know, let me say a week from when I'm recording this video. And so if you think about that, you're basically in the camp where you're either waiting to see what happens or you're actually waiting to, basically hear from other people. There will be an early beta. I think it's not a closed beta, but an early beta for people who pre-order the game. I went ahead and pre-ordered on the PlayStation 4 because the PlayStation 4 gets that access 7 days earlier if you pre-order. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for the early beta version. Now, really interesting too is if you think about the way the beta was announced and set up, I think this beta might be designed to blow expectations out of the water. Now, the one thing that really did make me, kind of clue me into thinking that, and it may just be something really trivial, is the fact that they've actually announced how many missions are going to be on the beta. Now, when they announced how many missions were going to be on the beta, I kind of thought, in many cases, when you have betas like this, I mean, you're looking at maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 missions, maybe 6 missions, maybe 7, just for let's just go with the number 7. But these fools, in a good way, I'm not disrespecting them, they pretty much made me take a second look, and they said 20 missions. Like, I was scrolling down through the news article and I was like, are these guys crazy? 20 missions in a beta? This is, in a very mind-boggling way, a good thing that we haven't seen from many games in a long time. I think they really want to separate themselves, and I commend them for that. Now, what a 20 mission is going to look like, that is all subject to how the game shows these 20 so-called missions, if it comes the way they've promised it. And I think it will. I think they're going to actually drop 20 missions. Now, if you think about structure of all these games and you think about the way they actually structure missions in many games like this, I don't see any mission being less than 12 minutes, in a sense, with cutscenes, with, different actions that you have to do, with just different encounters or whatever it is, different levels that you have to travel through, getting lost and then finding your way back, or, maybe dying and respawning because, you're careless. I think this beta is going to allow for enough time for people to explore the game and make up their minds. To me, this is as close to the old school gaming that I've always kind of desired. And I've talked about this in many videos. And that's the fact that back in the day, when you actually, got a console or something, you got a demo disc that came with PlayStations. I remember the first time I played a PlayStation 1, it was in my neighbor's house. He had a demo disc that had maybe 20 different games, just little bits and pieces of them. But you could play these games over and over again. You could play the same levels over and over again to get a feel for the game. And it kind of this thing whet your appetite so that if you liked the game, you wanted to play the game a little bit more. And so that's what I think these developers are trying to do based on the current demand that we have today and the ease at which you can actually deliver that kind of content. Unlike before, when these kinds of discs used to be in magazines or they came in the box of your new game when you bought it. Many of you understand. Some of you may not really understand what I'm talking about. I don't know what your demographics are, but the Gamey Daddy channel, we're talking, people from 25 all the way through 65. So you're going to see comments talking about the Atari and talking about the Commodore 64. These are even systems that I've never seen with my eyes except on pictures, if you get what I mean. So video games have morphed to the point where everyone says, oh, we're doing a beta, and everybody shows you, in many cases, people show you a splice of the game and you don't really get to dig in a sense before they finally close down this beta or whatever. And so I think with the 20 mission structure, it might range from, for a long time, or maybe it might be introductory portions of the missions. And it's like, thank you for playing this mission. And then they keep you in a cliffhanger in each mission. Who knows? I tried not to read too much of the reports in detail because I want to preserve some level of suspense for myself because, it's easy to read up everything and then nothing is new for you anymore. And I think, it all boils down to what they're really trying to do to raise excitement. I know hype building is a big deal, but I don't think Crystal Dynamics needs to do too much about hype. They just need to deliver this game in pure fashion. And if you ask me what my excitement level is, I would say I'm still curious. I mean, I've been curious enough to pre-order the game. So I guess that's where we still are. I'm not like super stoked about the game. If you guys don't know, I'm a Batman fan, but I'm never going to, say no or refuse to deal with or engage with Marvel. I mean, I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's where it's at when it comes to superhero in the cinematics. But in video games, I'm yet to really try anything like this. If you look, maybe the fighting game, Capcom versus Marvel, I've played those ones, but they're basically geared towards fighting. They're not geared, for what this game is about to bring. So I'm curious, but there's a little bit of excitement because this game is going to pretty much, in my opinion, match some of the things that we've been missing in a lot of, MMO style games, which is a third person. It's going to have superheroes. It's going to have the RPG side, but instead it's going to be done differently, like the old school feel of what you got with, some of this like DC universe or whatever it is that we call games that were made in that archetype. We're going to be seeing them here. So I think that's where it's at for me. I don't think, there's anything more that I want to be super excited about. When I saw the beta was going to be actually out on, on the 7th, I was really excited. I'd actually decided that I was probably going to play Horizon Zero Dawn because it was coming out on PC. But when I saw that this was coming, the beta was going to be coming really close, I was really excited about it. And then one more, tiny little tidbit that I really do want to point out is a lot of the Xbox, community and PC community, they're going to be getting the beta about 7 days after. And I think that might be an open beta. I don't know. But from the reports that I did read, you're pretty much going to be getting that open beta, or you're pretty much going to be getting the opportunity to join the beta if you're on PC and Xbox on the 14th. The details and the intricacies are, I don't know, maybe based on your pre-order, or maybe just there's going to be an open beta for everybody and everybody gets to play. Maybe at the open beta, I'll probably play the PC version as well, just to kind of see what the game is about, if it's available for everyone. So I want you guys to keep an eye out. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section, because some of you have really expressed interest in playing this game. Some of you have seen it as a breather from your other games that you're playing, your looters and your looter shooters, Destiny, The Division, whatever it is that you're playing out there. Many of you are going to see this game as one more, area to just kind of, blow off some steam if those other games are, if those other games are frustrating, because they do have their frustrations. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to kind of talk about this evening regarding, the steps to, be prepared for this game and what the beta is about. I'll make another video or two before the release of the game. There are some characters that I really want to talk about, because as much as I'll tell you I'm a Batman fan, on the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, there are characters that I am definitely down with. I just think they were well designed. They have good stories and good lores, and it's something that I can appreciate from the perspective of what a superhero or someone in a superhero situation should be. So I'll get out of your hair. Thank you so much for your time and audience. It's past midnight over here. That's why I sound a little tired, because I think I am. And hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.